welcome to McBoss Capital channel. This is Michael Chu here, and you can reach me at this support email. And we're gonna go into my top 50 stocks, how what's going on there, and we have a completely new list. We're using a market search for the charts, as well as I'm not a registered investment professional, so this is only for information purpose only. Yeah, so we have a new list, and we started this new list July 4th, about more than a week ago, and there's no real reason behind that. It's just to date back a week ago, more than a week ago, since because we have a Thursday rally on small caps this week and mid cap, and the market breadth has expanded, and so so we want to see what stocks there that have been rising, or even like since that day, but we don't want to like just use 2 days of data, so we went back more than a week. So that's the reason. And so this is sorted by price performance here, from the low in the last week, and then the coloring doesn't really won't make any sense to you. It's only for my own purpose. But yeah, most important is this is how it's rated. It's by performance, and then here we have the sectors and industry groups here. And then here's the stock symbol. Yeah, so we'll dive into this, and we're going to start with instead of going one by one here, because at the beginning of a rally, and let's say this rally is going to persist and continue into like a month or something, and that's what I'm hoping for, then we want to see who the new leaders are. Unfortunately, sometimes the new leaders, they may not show up right away, right? Some of them will. They'll get, like, it's like a horse race. A horse will come out the gate and they'll be the strongest, but doesn't mean they'll end up being the strongest at the end, right? So it might take some time, 1 to 2 weeks, before the real leaders show up, or some of this might already be the leaders. So, and that's why we're analyzing this week, not using like ranking, because they could change. Obviously, you can see LNTH at the top, TERN at the top as well. A lot of biotech stocks at the top. And that's no surprise, because there's lots of small caps in that area. We'll look at biotechs for sure. We're also seeing a lot of building stocks at the top. You can see building here. So that's another area. So those are the two probably prominent areas in the top right now. As you go down further, again, we continue to see more biotechs, right? And then we see also building areas starting to pop up. And then we start to see some retail as well, also pop up. So we'll look at those as well. And again, industrials, industrials is just spread all over the place. And then yeah, we have financials as well. And then we have some metal minings and stuff, right? And so we'll look at all those. So let's jump into it. Let's drill down by again, technology, not one in the top list here. So that shows you what's happening, and so let's start with financial, because that is the strongest group right now. So at the top here, you can see this is ranked like 6 to whatever. So building residential commercial, we have MHO, KBH, CCS, TPH, right? Very strong area. So let's just take a look at a couple of them. I like KBH, so let's take a look at that one. So here's the powerful move here. So we have this base on base pattern, and it came out from this trend line, and then it also came out from the traditional buy point. So we have 2 strong days right now. Let me turn on my markup just to show you how I've been trading this. So this green mark is where I add positions. This is my first one. This is my second position. So one thing I want to, cautious a little bit, like just because we have 2 or even 3 days of run right now, and possibly even 4th day on Monday, doesn't mean it won't pull back, right? Like every stock doesn't go up straight, so be mindful of that. So I expect this to pull back very soon, either to test the buy point or to test the 10-day moving average as it come up. So this is the slope right now on this 10-day moving average. So yeah, so I like to see how they react around that line right here. So whether it will touch it, whether it won't touch it, whether it just kind of wait a few days here and then goes up again. So then I will add my third position hopefully during that time. Again, doesn't mean it can just go, you know, 3-4 days or 5 days up. It could, but it's very unusual. You know, maybe there will be, I don't know. Like again, I expect Monday to even, like, maybe even gap up too. But like I said, be careful buying on the gap up, just because, like I said, I do expect it to pull back to the 10-day. The one thing I've learned about trading is it always come back to the 10-day. So you know, sometimes it can move away so far away that, you know, that you will miss those gains, but very seldom that will happen. Like, you know, but usually, like, you know, when it's like you know, 5 to 10% away, that's considered extreme from the 10-day. So anyhow, so that's KVH. Let's look at another one. MHO here is number 6, so we'll look at that one. So very similar chart. It didn't close it near the top though. That's the only problem here. But you know, it did break out. You know, volume is all there, so looks okay. Again, this is a very long base, so that's also good. If it breaks out, there will be less resistance, because that means that, you know, most people already sold, right? So it gives it more room to run. And you can see this is the base here, now the base here, and so every time it breaks out, it does run. So this is a, let me go back to KBH for a second just to see what it looks like. Okay, so this one is not as clean as MHO. So MHO from that perspective looks a lot nicer from a weekly chart perspective. So that's those two. Again, CCS, TBH, I won't go through all of them, just too many. So let's see what else here. Banks Northeast, so TBBK. So this is the regional banks. So again, in the previous market recap video, we talked about, like, if you don't want to, there's a lot of banks, right, regional banks. So if you don't want to play that way by stock, you could also play the ETF like KRYS. But here's this one, the Bank Corp. Looks pretty good. It's a nice big round base. It does look a little bit extended, but overall, here's the trend line. So you know, again, we'll see how it. Anytime you see a stock extended, you want to watch, like, how it behave next, right? Does it go sideways and not touch the 10-day, or does it just fall back to the 10-day? Right, the ones that doesn't touch the 10-day or doesn't want to touch it, they're usually a lot stronger. That's what I've observed. So anyhow, like, we are coming into lots of resistance area here, so we do expect some sort of digestion here, or maybe not. Again, this market could be very strong. That's one thing that could happen. It could surprise a lot of people before a pullback happen, especially when it's near the breakout area. And this is a long base too, I can tell. So there's this base right here, right, and then there's this base right here, base on base. So this one hasn't performed as well, right, compared to the other two. So just the other stocks we just look at. TMP is another one. So in the Bank Northeast area, again, very spread out. We have Finance, Property, REIT, SLG, Insurance, Life, FG, Bank Southeast, so another regional bank, LOB, Mortgage Related Service, PFSI, Credit Card, Stone. So we have a few finance investment management here, so like TPG, FLF, HLNE. So let's just look at one or two of them. Let's see, TPG. Again, you have to understand the financial area has, you know, lots of volatility, right? Now, so yeah, so you can see, like, this is a pretty severe downtrend too, but we clearly broke the trend line here. So that might be good news. Again, this right here is a very strong rally. So if we have something like that, that'll be, like, awesome. Again, here's the 10-day line right now. So let's see how it behaves. Yeah, so it looks like a nice clean breakout. Volume coming in. So yeah, let's see how those behave. Again, these are mostly, you know, let me see how big this one is. 16 billion. So this is like mid cap. So yeah, roughly 10 billion. Yeah. So you even consider large cap actually. Usually 10 billion is large cap. TBG. Then we have AX. So this is financial savings loan. This one is highlighted on IBD screen as well. So Exos Financial, here, base, and then even undercut this previous base, so a lot of people shaking out. So you can see even on the weekly chart, the momentum is strong. You can see the slope. So let's go to daily chart. So here we go. This is a nice cup handle. This is the handle right here, breakout, and it did pull back to the bottom here, but that's okay. Again, you expect some tests near the previous buy point. Usually there's some tests, but the key here is, again, look at the 10-day line. How is it going to behave around this 10-day as it come near it? Does it want to touch it? Does it not? Here's the selling volume. Look at that. It dries up, and then we have this powerful move. So again, that's a good sign, because that means all the selling's done. So there's more buyers come in, the stock will keep going. Then we have FNF in the insurance property group, BVIN in the insurance broker. So the insurance group has done pretty well in general, right? So let's just look at a couple of this here. FNF. So here's one. They break out right there. A lot of this chart you can see, they all have similarity, which is they all been basing and basing and basing and basing, and then now we have this big base, right? The longest base of all the previous base, and now it's coming out. So we have lots of selling that happened during this whole time frame. So the time is one big thing, and then we also have this big correction, like a pretty deep base. So lots of people who have already sold are gone. Like the longer term investors are probably the only ones left, and so any new demand is going to cause the stock to go up much more faster. So that's FNF. The next one's BWIN. So BWIN. So this one looks pretty good. This one, like, look at this. This like base here, but this is a higher base. And then look at this run right now, a little bit extended, but again. We'll see how it reacts around this 10-day, and the volume. Wow, look at the volume on Thursday and Friday. So that both days are good. So it looks really strong, this one. So then we have NWA in the financial consumer loans. Then we have HG Insurance Diversified Co-op Finance Consumer Loans. The ABCB, again, this is in the Southeast region. And we have other banks here, credit card. So let's just try to look. So Jeffrey I really like, so let's talk about Jeffrey. So this one has been, broken out quite a while, and I'll be adding to it as it breaks out. I did sell earlier this week, and then I bought it back in. So so pretty much what happened this week for my portfolio is I sold a lot of my stocks Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and then Thursday and Friday I bought back mostly like the ones on this list. So the previous leaders, again, not that saying they won't work, it's just right now clearly these guys are the leaders right now. So and so this is one of the few that was kind of came out before even this week, right? So that gives me even more confidence in this stock, just because it came out more than a week ago versus just came out this week. So, and you can see this 10-day slope is pretty strong, 45-degree angle. Hasn't wanted to touch it yet so far. So really strong stock. So that's Jeffrey. JXN is in the insurance diversify step here. Some of this I'm paying attention to. Some of them might be old. There's more kind of. So yeah, so financial, there's lots moving, and these are the ones on my list. The bigger guys like Goldman Sachs reporting this coming week, they're doing pretty well too. You can see, right? Lots of accumulation right here. Look at the volume. Like there's only one down day. That's incredible, and even that down day, it's like on low volume. That's insane. So the financial are really good. If you look at, let's say, XLF, it's pretty good. So this is the trend line draw. It broke it, and so that looks good. And then we can look at the KRE. So this is the regional group. So this is a nice really long trend line right here, so KRE, and we talked about that in the previous video. So it looks like a clean breakout. Volume came in both Thursday and Friday. So we are in early stage right now. Again, we expect some pullback or going sideways action to the 10-day. Let's see how it behaves. The worst case scenario is it break down below the 10-day and then come back up by the end of the day trading. Then this rally might fizzle, and that would be the worst case scenario. So yeah, so something to watch out for, but looks good so far, financials. So in terms of industrials, they're also acting really well. Second group to act the best this week, and it's very diversified in terms of the subgroups, right? So we have ARLO here in the security, and FSS, and CDRE down here. Let's look at ARLO here. So this was a big move right here. There must be some news because that happened on Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, there be some news here. Can't remember what. But so this is a good example. Here's a 10-day slope. Look at how it hasn't come back to the 10-day, like meaning it just dropped to the 10-day. It's just kind of going sideways. So this is healthy action as the 10-day is trying to come up right now. So watch for that. So there may be a second chance here to add some position. So that's the ARLO, FSS. Then we have chemical specialty group. We have ASPN and CBT here at the top. So that one, ASPN, I've traded before, and here's the nice run right here, breakout, and then eventually fall here, and then we kind of found this. So here's a good way to look at, like, you know, the bottom here, right? Look at how it started to round, and also finding support at these levels, like many days, like 2, 3, 4, 5 days here, and then now again Thursday it kind of came up. The only thing is missing is the volume. That's the only problem here, but otherwise they break out right here from this trend line. So yeah, so this is Aspen in the chemical specialty, and there's also CDRE, CBT, sorry, CBT. So then we have electrical power equipment. So this is related to electrical, so AMSC and generic. So both of them are doing really well. This one was even on my list before, has this nice run, pull back, and now it's doing the second run now. Very strong. You can see like this one gained quite a bit here. And so this is AMSC, American Superconductor. The generic one, again, this one a little bit choppier, but this base is very nice. It's a very nice round base. You can see that, and so that's a nice cut base, and now the slope is also very strong. So then what else we have? We have utility gas here. Oh, we have building and heavy construction, Sterling. So Sterling used to trade this quite a bit. Then we also have GVA here. Yeah. And then we have power here. So let's look at those, because that group was very strong at some point last year. And then it kind of, yeah, so even this one, it kind of just keep building base on base, but it hasn't really like taken off, right? This one did right here, 30%. So here we have this nice trend line broken. So one rising, so that's Sterling. Then the one GVA, this one similar. So now we have this base here. So now this one came up really fast. Look at that. It came up from the bottom really fast. And volume is there. So this one looks really good. So that's GVA. And then what was the other one here? Power, yeah, PWR. So this one I also traded before. Yeah, this one is more less choppier. So that's one good thing. And it's trying to come out right now. So looks okay. Volume is missing still. So that's the building heavy construction. We have transportation truck ARCB. We have building cement CRH, chemicals Hawken, machinery SPXC. So let's bring this one up. So here, this one looks nice, right? So this is nice uptrend here, pullback. This is sideways action. Here's the breakout. Look at this volume. So this one came on to many screens like this week, even before this week. So yeah, this is something to pay attention. Machinery, general, industrial. So let's see how big this is. 7 billion. So mid cap. Yeah, look at the weekly chart. It's just an amazing chart actually. Nice 50-day right there. Lots of volume on the high end. So yeah, lots of accumulation in this one. Continue the strength here. Then we have building cement again. So this is another group that's showing some strength. So let me highlight that. Building cement group. So we have CRH and KNF here. Utility water supply, CWCO. Fix building AC heating products. So this one I believe was highlighted this week in the newspaper as well. Fix. So tight trading right now. Looks like it's trying to come out. So right here. Yeah. No, still missing volume though. That's the only problem. AZEC in the building construction. So this one also show up on few screens. So we have this uptrend here, then we have this downtrend, and then now it's still kind of at the bottom half of the base. So but it is coming up strong, so we'll see. And the volume is there, so that's good. AES in the utility electric power, BLBD, transportation equipment, ITRI. Let's just look at this one. This is in the scientific measuring group. So yeah, so this is trading tight here, and then it fell apart, formed this base. Now it's coming back up. Looks okay. Yeah, volume is there. Wow, 3 days of volume here. So that looks really good. Yeah, there's a lot of stocks in this group, and not in the utility diversify. So this is the utility stuff, DTE, right? Duke Energy, Linus in commercial service, MCO commercial services. Yeah. So yeah, so there's lots of stocks in this group. Let's move on. So this one, you can see the top 100 here isn't that many, right? There's more down here after the 100. So retail internet, Groupon, GTN media radio, and then Wayfair retail internet. The shoes area, we have AEO, DKS in the leisure products, MNSO, SCVL in the apparel shoes. So there's a few here in the apparel shoes area. We also have Burlington in the shoes area. So those are doing great. So let's look at. So yeah, so there's not all the shoes are doing bad. So this one you can see is starting to come back up, right? So the retail group, you see a lot of them have been beaten down pretty much. Then we have SCVL. This one looks a lot better. It's you know, trying to break out now. And Burlington was on my list before this week, and it's, you know, looking pretty good. It hasn't moved much, and then now it's starting to move. So yeah, it looks really good. But see how it doesn't want to touch the 10-day. So that's a good sign. So Burlington looks really good. Okay, so the other thing that I want to talk about is like there's MNSO. So we haven't seen MNSO in a while. I haven't traded in a while, but this was a good performer last year. So right here, and then now
looks really.
Yeah. It's just you know, it's been on a downtrend, right? But it's starting to move, so we'll see. This is a lower price stock, so when it moves, it means a lot, because that's why it's at the top 43. 10% is like nothing to it. These are Chinese stocks, right? So PDD is another one. This is Jim Ropel's favorite Chinese stock, and you know, and you can see it like a nice round bottom here, support, and look at even the down days are like super low volume, and so there's a lot of accumulation happening right now. So PDD, let me see where it's ranked here. PDD, right here, 212. So it's starting to move. We'll see. So I just want to highlight that some Chinese stocks are moving here. Then we have like some, you know, surprisingly like boring stock like GT, Goodyear, in the truck tires, VBB, retail wholesale auto parts, Dorm in the auto replace parts, so Chewy and Meli, so those are also in retail. So let's take a look. So Chewy, you know, obviously this one is kind of like considered a meme stock, but it's doing really well right now. Look at this volume no selling here. It's rounding up at the bottom here, support 4 or 5 days here, and now it's kind of on an uptrend, so it looks okay actually, Chewy. Obviously, like, you know, we have this meme stock reaction here. So it looks okay. I would put in my watch list for sure. Meli, this is the travel area, right? And yeah, some of them, you know, IBD did highlight some of the travel area. They're doing pretty good. This looks pretty strong slope as well. It's trying to come out. Other ones not on my list because their earnings a little bit low. But other than that, this one looking pretty good. See, it's breaking out. Booking. Yeah, I can't remember the other one. There's a couple. But anyhow, so that area is also doing okay. So Melon is okay. We have Royal Caribbean Leisure Service, and then we even have Celsius coming. Let's look at Celsius because I haven't seen this name in a long time. So this one, so we have this huge correction, huge. But I think it pretty much broke that trend right now, and it's coming up. The volume is missing, but yeah, we'll see. That one, we have consumer service education. So this one, API, ATGE. Let's take a look. So this one looking okay. We have a base on base pattern, very tight action. This is a 1 day, like, you know, part earnings result push up here. Hasn't done much since then. So, but this action looks okay. Like even Friday, like it didn't close down that much at all. So that's also a good sign. And then the other one's ATGE. So this one also looking really good. So this is a nice breakout, and it hasn't moved, but for now it looks like it wants to run. So, all right. So that's it for those. So yeah, so this is past 100. I try not to look too far past 100 unless something pop up and interests me. Let's go to health. So this is one significant area that I feel like, you know, really move. And you can see they dominate the top because you see the numbers here, like ranking number, and then like you see how many are past 10%, and then you go down. Like even then, it's still doing pretty good. So, but yeah, lots of biotechs like in this area. LNTH is probably the one that got away from me. Yeah, like this was the first day right here on news that, you know, the Medicare will, I think it was related to Medicare, I believe, something about possibly paying for some of the treatment stuff. So this stock just, you know, I didn't take my position there. I took it the second day, but like I said, it was a little bit late, so really extended. But let me just take out the trend line, just show you what's happening. And you can see the green line, which is the 10-day, is at this slope right now. So it's coming up really strong. right there. So you see Friday's action, how it didn't want to go down and come close to 10-day. Again, that to me is a good sign. So yeah, watch for this. This is definitely like has gone wow right now, and I mean long term it broke out from there. So I mean we could consolidate here. So we'll see. Let's see what happens. But definitely a strong leader, strong numbers. So it looks good. LNTH. Another one that surprised me is this one, TERN. So let's, again, I think the biotech surprised me the most this week. I just didn't expect them to run like that this hot. So TERN broke out from a long-term trend here. So that's really strong. This is again, there's all this pharmaceutical stock. I don't really understand the fundamentals, so I don't talk about that. But in terms of chart, looks really good. Look at the volume came in on both days, and again, anytime after a big up day like the Thursday, and then you draw the 10-day slope, and it doesn't come close to it, that's a sign of strength. And this is what's happening. It just doesn't. It goes up more, and then comes down less. Goes up more, comes down less. So those are strong signs. Higher highs, higher lows, right? So this is on a strong momentum right now. NNOX, this one is new on my list. So yeah, so this one also came in. Let's see. So lots of these names I never heard of, right? So this one obviously small cap, and a lot of these are small cap. That's why they can run so fast, because they're like less than $10. So yeah, so this one broke the trend line for sure. Volume came in, and even before that, volume dry up on the selling side, so that's also good. So yeah, NNOX, that's that. So yeah, I won't go through all this. I think like most of them it's not even familiar to me, but it's good to research them. APGE, VYGR, some of them I did trade before. RNA. So this one probably a little bit more popular, RNA. So yeah, so this one looking really good. Look at that. This one is running even before recent. Look at this chart. Crazy. So it's still making new high. This is some consolidation here. Okay. That's RNA. This one keep coming up, MIRM. So let's take a look at this chart. MIRM pharmaceutical, rare orphan disease. Yeah. So this is a nice breakout right here. Look at how it doesn't want to touch the 10-day. Look at the green line, and look at the chart, right? It never, look at this. This is the closest it came to it. So this is acting so strong. And look at this one right here, this down day. Look at it, did not want to touch it. So yeah, so these are just breakout, you know, they run fast. Look at it, just broke out a few days ago. It's already halfway to 11% gain. So they move fast, those guys. MIRM. So this one, and this one is a long base too, a deep base too. So both time, right? So when they correct, you look for time correction, and you also look for how deep it is. So that's also price correction. So both of them has happened. So there's less sellers now after those two things happen. So this one is really good. WGS has been strong. I've been following that one for a while. Trade in and out. Long, nice uptrend. Another one. Strong numbers here. Again, we're GNRC. So very seldom you find good biotechs with strong numbers, fundamentals, right? Because most of them don't even have their drugs out yet. So here, look at this percentage, crazy numbers. And here's the chart. Nice uptrend. 21 days seems to be where it come down to each time. And now it's running again. And here's the 10-day slope. So you see how it come close to it, didn't want to touch it, and then bounce. Let me just make sure it's intraday. Yeah. So when I look at intraday chart in the morning, I always look for the weakness, right? because that's usually when people sell. And then as the days goes by, the institution will come in and say, hey, which stock do we want to accumulate? And then they'll buy throughout the rest of the day. So this is the weakness in the beginning of the day, and then it did come back and hold. So that's okay. It did undercut the previous day. That's the only thing negative, but it did bounce back. So it looks okay. Yeah. So that's WGS. Yeah, so that one continued to look strong. VKTX. This is the one that has also the weight loss drug, I believe. Yeah, it was this news here. I remember. Came out and then that was the sell on news kind of thing. And then now it's starting to look okay again. It's bouncing back. So volume on the sell side dry up. So we'll see if it falls through and bounce here. So that'll be a good buy point there. KURA ADMA. So this ADMA also show up on few IVD screen. So look. So this one just came on my screen. Yeah, look at this stock. This is crazy too. Look at this, riding the 10-day the whole way. It's a little bit extended though, right? Look at this. It's pretty extended. Volume still coming in. Look at all this volume. And look at the sell volume. So I don't know how much more this will run, but it looks so strong. And the numbers are strong. Look at this numbers, triple digit growth here. So yeah, looks really good. So this one, yeah, never on my radar before until this week. So it looks really strong. I'm not sure it's too late to buy, but short-term trading is probably fine. TGTX, this one I like as well. Let's just take a look. TG Therapeutics, nice cup base, nice cup with handle right here, broke out, volume came in. Look at this earnings number, it's getting stronger, except September. I don't know why September it's not that good. Here's the nice trend line. 2 days of strong volume this week. Friday sell off on low volume, so that's good. So yeah, we'll see if this bounce here. Then we have KRYS, MEDP. This one also showing strength. This is in the research equipment group. INSM, TEVA. The last RDNT. So CBRX is probably another like genetic stock here. And this one, you know, hasn't moved, but now it's starting to move. I don't know. It's very choppy though, so that's the only problem with the stock. And the volume did dry up on the bottom, so that's good. And so yeah, we'll see if this is a real move, because but it looks good so far. I don't like the reversal on Friday, but if it bounced from Friday right here, if it bounced from here, that may be a good sign. But CPRX, yeah, so some of these genetic stocks, they've been talked about for the longest time, but it hasn't really make big dent. So maybe this is their turn now. I don't know. So so that RDNT is also good. That's in the medical output patient care. So this one has been running as well. Wow, this is a tight base. Look at that. That's a tight base. This is a really good chart actually. Look at this. Look at this volume coming in. Look at the chart selling volume so low. Yeah, this is really good RDNT. Yeah. So yeah, there's lots of biotech. Like there's lots of stocks in the biotech. Like probably the most dominant one right now, in the list, just because they have moved in terms of percentage. They have moved a lot. ARLO, this has been on my list before. PDGX as well. AGO. Wait, some of this has been on my list even before this week. So that's the, yeah, biotech definitely dominate the top list. So that's it. Then we'll go to commodities. So in the commodities area, a lot of them are ranked really low. Like meaning like they wasn't doing too well, and then now they like, so let's look at from the top here. So GTLS, oil and gas machinery equipment, AROC. There's a few here. So let's look at those two first. So GTLS. So you can see like a lot of them have corrected, right? Big time. Again, time correction, price corrections there. So now when it moves fast because all the sellers are gone. So this is a crazy slope. Right? This is crazy slope. AROC. So this one looks more ordinary correction. Nice base, tight pattern, cup handle here. Volume hasn't come in on both breakout day. So yeah, a little bit more risky when there's less volume in the breakout. Okay, so that's that group. Then we have NXT in the solar group. Not many solar group. I think this one and First Solar. Let's look quickly here. So this next tracker, you know, has this big deep correction, also time correction. So and then we have another big pullback here. That's a crazy pullback. Pretty much everyone has been shaken out. So again, we haven't seen volume coming in on the rise. So we want to see that. Then we have First Solar. So this one also on the downtrend, you can see here. So we'll have to see, again, volume is not coming in. So it might be a fake one, this one. I don't know. We'll see. Then we have the mining, Gold Silver Gem. This is probably my favorite group in this sector right now. So let me go just look at those. So we have PAAS, NEM, AEM, Gold, AGI. Those are in the top here, top BPM. Then you go down, there's other ones here too. But let's just look at like, I think, okay, look at PAAS, the ones at the top. I like this group. They broke out this week, and the slope is really strong. And we'll see how it reacts around the 10-day here. But they just broke out, so most of them just broke out. MEM. This one, wow, this one has really taken off. Look at the volume coming in. Look at the sell volume. This is like no volume almost, like sell. So the demand is just outpaced supply right now. This is another one. Look at this. Look at all this volume coming in. And then look at this tightness right here around the 10-day. That's amazing right here. So that's NEM8. And then we have Gold, AGI. So this one also broke out. So again, this one pulled back right here on Friday morning and then bounce. So that's also strong trade here. So this gap down, right? Didn't even undercut the previous day. Where is strength? Like lots of buying in this. Let's go, Barrett Gold, AGI. So all these stocks are breaking out right now. You can see some of them are a little bit run faster than the other ones, but overall they're all breaking out. Very strong here. And then we'll look at the last one, WPM. Oh, let me put in my markups. I forgot. So this one, yeah, you can see it going up as well, very strong. And yeah, so this one I saw a little bit earlier this week, and then I bought it back. So this one also breaking out. So all of them are breaking out. That's the reason why I like this group. It's because of how they're all breaking out as a group, right? So yeah, one will run faster than the other ones, but in general they're all running together. So that's that group. We have energy alternative other MNTK is starting to move. So this one CCJ in the metal mining ores. Steel WS. I haven't looked at this one in a while, so let's take a look. So we have gold moving, and we look like this one also moving still. So this is a nice trend line right here. Yeah, it's very choppy though, this stock, but this one is in the steel area. SGML in the mining ores. So this is in the international exploration oil and gas. Rex in the alternative energy. MP in US exploration. Okay, oil and gas field service, we have TDW. So let's look at that. So tight water hasn't moved in a while, like after this nice run here, pull back, went up a little bit more, and then that was it. So now we have this longer base and it's starting to come. We'll see. The volume has, on the selling side, has dry up, so that's good news. So it can move faster if volume comes in, right? So we'll see. It's okay. It's not quite above the trend line yet. So here's another steel, guys, CRS. So this one also been doing well. So this is the nice run right here. It holds a 10-day very nicely. Now it has pulled back, and now it's coming back on the right side. And yeah, it's near the breakout point. And volume selling has subsided as well. So we're just waiting for more volume to come in. X-Pro on the oil gas field service, and E in the oil gas drilling, USAP in the steel. So now we're going past the 100. So there's not many stocks here in the top 100. It's okay. And then finally we go to technology. So technology, probably the biggest surprise here is like, there's not many stocks in the top 100. You can see, like less than a handful. But it's not as weak as I thought. I thought it would be even weaker, but not. But there's some moving. ASUR in the software enterprise. So ASUR and BAN. Let's look at them. So here you go. Again, smaller cap guy, very small. Here's the long-term trend line, 200-day. It broke above it. I haven't seen much volume. That's the only problem with this. BAN, again, another small cap. Broke this trend line. This one volume came in. Look at those volume. Look at the selling. There's none whatsoever. So this one needs probably pay attention to BAN. Then we have ACMR on the semiconductor side. So again, there's not many semiconductors. So there's another one, Rambus here, that is doing well. So here's one that is trying to make a move here. But I don't know, it feels like there's more selling. Okay, so that's that one. Rambus. BS. Well, this one looks a lot better. So this one's moving up nicely. Hasn't want to touch the 10-day yet. Looks really good. So those are the two here. Then we have more enterprise software, JMA. And then we have computer hardware, SMCI. So we talked about that in the last video. It's executing a tight sideways action, which is surprisingly. We have HIMS in the software medical. Let's take a quick look, because this one is on my list for a while. Been trading it, and so this is the nice uptrend. Come back down, and now it has broken out again on this trend line, right? So volume starting to rise a little bit. So we'll see. 5-day decal. So 5 days like goes up, come back down, right? I prefer to see like V shape, right? Bounce like this, test the bottom, and then go up either higher or near the high, versus like this, going up strong and then coming back down. Because you have test the high, but whereas this you test the low, right? So there's a big difference. Then we have ML in the computer software, financial, APPF. So this one, let's talk about on IBD quite a bit. Folio. And this is a nice looking pattern right here. Nice long base, and it's not too deep. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not good, but usually it's better than deep base. And the volume on the selling side is subsided, and then the volume on the rising is coming up, so that's also good. So nice breakout right here, nice, because it closed near the top, and this is an all-time high. Look at that. yeah, this is strong, very strong. So again, let me see the market cap on this. Yeah, almost 10 billion. So yeah, it's kind of mid cap. So yeah, that one's doing really well. We have SPSC in the software enterprise as well. ESTC database. Cyrus, we talked about this. Internet content. Cyrus, yeah, so in the last market video we talked about. Not many chips are holding up, but this one is holding up. PI was another chip that was holding up. NG into internet content. So there's quite a few internet content. NG, BZ, IAC, TME. So that group is also rising here. Let's take a quick look. NG. So NG is 1 billion cap, very small. So you can see the weekly chart is actually too ugly to look at, even the daily chart. So it's too premature to buy into this. It's a very small cap stock. BZ, I assume is the same thing. IAC, yeah, the only one is this one. Tencent Music, TME. It's China stock again. And yeah, this one looks okay. Like the base is nice and tight. Starting to climb the right side. A little bit choppy here. Again, the volume side a little bit high, so maybe need more time. So yeah. So that's that. Yeah, other than that, like you can see, there's not many tech stocks in the top here. Not sure if things will pick up, but right now, yeah, it's not the strongest group for sure. And I'll go back to what I talked about in my market recap video. Here's the net accumulation minus distribution in terms of number of stocks, and you can see financial number 1, industrial number 2. Of course, this changed week to week, so it doesn't mean next week will follow the same trend. But at least you can see the strength, right? Retail, industrial, health, financial. Then comes commodity and technology. So that's it for this video. If you like it, please share it, like it, and subscribe it. Thank you.